Katt Williams had an interview on the Club Shay Shay. Now, I think that's thievery on the part of Shannon Sharpe, former Denver Broncos, former Baltimore Raven football player. I think he's kind of stealing that from Bill Maher, which is Club Random, but I don't know how long he's had the podcast. Club Shay Shay is Shannon Sharpe, and he had Katt Williams on, and Katt Williams did not pull any single one punch at all. Cedric the Entertainer, and I blank out immediately, right? Cedric the Entertainer, another comedian that was in Next Friday who I don't remember, Kevin Hart, Ludacris, Steve Harvey, and I'll just go over some of them that he said off the top of my head. He said that, before we get to this video, he said that Steve Harvey doesn't tour in comedy anymore because he outed Steve Harvey in a roast battle, for wearing a wig, because everyone knows Steve Harvey's bald, but he says that he is the one who outed him for being bald. Another person, the guy from Friday, said that he was getting Katt Williams' role as a pimp in Friday After Next. Instead, he was the first choice, and Katt Williams said, no, I wrote all that, and then I made a caveat that said you had to be in a dress the next time we were in a movie together, and he did it. So he had all these claims. But here's one of the most viral clips where Katt Williams is basically saying, he named names.
Cancel me for these things, because why would you talk about another black dude? Race is not where the line is drawn. It's God's side and the other side. And we don't care nothing about the other side. Period. All of these big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. The truth is the light.
I need to have another one of these.
Amen.
Shit.
So you heard Diddy there. He also mentioned Jussie Smollett. He said Kevin Hart was a plant, you guys. Kevin Hart is a plant in Hollywood, and he said that he appeared out of nowhere and got his own movie, and that's for a reason. He said that Harvey Weinstein tried to suck in front of everybody in order to put him in a movie. He said he would do that for him to put him in a movie. Weird reversal there. Weird flex by Harvey Weinstein to, I'm going to do this to you to get you in the movie. And then he said he showed up and there's two other black guys in it. So he said, what did they do? Lots of stuff in there. But one of the best ones, other than that, you need to go watch, because he says Kevin Hart's a plant in Hollywood. He says lots of stuff. But one of the craziest ones here is Ludacris also. And you need to see this.
They give you. Are you related to Luda?
No. So there was a crossroads where we were both invited.
Wait, before we play this, I want to give you the prerequisite that Katt Williams says in another part of the podcast, that what they do when they sell their soul, the people in Hollywood, which included Kevin Hart and Steve Harvey, he said that they give you an ugly, light-skinned African-American woman, is what they said. One of the caveats is, one of the bonuses is for selling your soul, I guess. This is his claim. And, I guess it's up to anybody who views it, who wants to see what they look like, but they do have somewhat light-skinned black wives. That's just Katt Williams' claims. You go look yourself to see if you think they're ugly, but here's the rest.
To an Illuminati thing. And it had to be.
I'm sorry, I just put it at Illuminati. Let me start that over.
Related to Luda?
No. So there was a crossroads where we were both invited to an Illuminati thing, and it had to be one or the other of us, and decisions had to be made. So it was both of us. We were equal. One of us had to cut off all their hair and couldn't do the sideburn thing no more with the points. And the next person, they said, was going to get $200 million because they were going to pay him $10 million a movie to do 20 movies. And that's how the conversation happened. One of those persons turned out to be Ludacris, and the other person turned out to be Katt Williams. Now, one person ended up with a light-skinned, ugly-faced wife that's never done it. Remember I told you that if I say that, it applied to 7 people?
Yes.
It's part of what they give you. Okay? I didn't get it. I'm not mad about it.
How much money they give? 200.
Sir.
I'd just like to point out Shannon Sharp compares how much money they give.
Fast and Furious is on what number right
10.
now?
200 million. I might be get me one of the more women that look the same.
That's what they all end up saying at the end of the day. Kevin told you he wasn't going to wear no dress until they offered him the dress, and then he put it on. And what did he say after he wore it? I made my own decision. Duh. But you didn't make it before they brought it up, did you? It's okay. It's all right.
Isn't it wild, the dress thing? I mean, Dave Chappelle said it. Katt Williams is saying it. And, you know, look up. They happen to have light-skinned wives. Look up to see if you think they're ugly or not. We're not going to do that here because we're not mean. Nobody's mean here. Katt Williams' podcast here on Club Shay Shay is amazing. 2024. He calls out more than I can remember. I mean, I haven't seen the whole thing, but he calls out more names than I'm able to name here. And, you know, this Fast and the Furious thing, 20 movies. If it ends up being 20, that's going to be insane. I don't know how many it's been. Are we counting Tokyo Drift? Does that count as one of Ludacris's ones? I don't know. But Cedric the Entertainer, you know, he calls him out for basically stealing an entire bit of his, and I checked and it's pretty damn close. You can see that in the article I wrote. AndrewSaysTV.com. Follow the link there to get to theblaze.com. Why is my face so red? But that's why you'll see, excuse me, several other clips. And, you know, he calls everybody out. It's actually very entertaining. Let's find another one. You know, you're here, I'm here. It's God versus the other side, he says. All these deviants. We're going to go to Kevin Hart as a plant because that's a good one. It's really taking its time here, eh?
Hollywood has a memory of going to a sold-out Kevin Hart show, there being a line for him ever getting a standing ovation at any comedy club. He already had his deals when he got here. Have we heard of a comedian that came to L.A. and in his first year in L.A. he had his own sitcom on network television and had his own movie called Soul Plane that he was leading? No, we've never heard.
Now, people look this up. He did have a show because people said, where's this show that they speak of? And it is a 6-episode sitcom on ABC that did not get picked up afterwards. And, of course, Soul Plane, if you haven't seen it, pretty good movie. I'm not going to lie, but he's in that.
Heard of that before that person or since that person? What do you think a plant is? Maybe people don't understand the definitions of these words. He just did his documentary with Chris Rock where he shows you that his whole upbringing in comedy was on the East Coast.
Yeah, it was.
So how simultaneously was he here in Los Angeles doing the same thing? It didn't happen. It didn't happen. And I hate to seem like a petty individual for picking apart lies, but Jussie Smollett gonna keep lying until you say we don't believe you. Like, it's important in the checks and balances of the universe that liars not get to make complete narratives for themselves.
Are you not afraid about being blackballed again?
I don't want to show too much more of that because, you know, that's right from YouTube. But he goes on to say that how come a lot of these people, you know, how come some of these people aren't going to control you? How come they can't control you? How come some of these people aren't you afraid that you're going to get blackballed again? And Katt Williams says, well, the devil cannot actually produce for his minions. You know, he cannot actually produce the things that he promises people because he's the devil and he's a liar. So a lot of these people, he's saying, you know, they think they're going to get the world, but it doesn't actually work out for them in some of the cases. And you can't help but think, and I'm not a, you know, superstitious guy. I'm not a big, you know, are they literally deals with the devil Like, are they saying put your hand on the satanic Bible, give a drop of blood or something? Or are we just using the phrase, a deal with the devil? I don't know. You know, the Bohemian Grove stuff has been proven. Epstein and such has been proven. Some other of the creepiest stuff has been proven. I won't say that for sake of YouTube. But how far does it actually go? Is it actually, like, if the Ludacris thing is real and they said, listen, one of you guys can get this, whatever that means, you have to shave off your sideburns and you'll get exactly this, and it's that planned out, we've got a lot of problems on our hands.
Turn it up, Jordan.